Hello, I'm Callum Houston, and this is my Unchained Movie Review. This time I'm looking at The Bride, starring Jessie, Buckley, and Christian Bale. It's a big-budget Frankenstein movie from Warner Brothers. When I first heard about it, I was hoping it was a remake of the film of the same name that came out in 1985 starring Sting, which was, I thought, a pretty good Frankenstein movie. But it's not. It's another variation on the Frankenstein tale. This one a feminist take on Frankenstein. The Bride is written in such a way that all of the men are creeps in one way or another. It's directed by a woman. And the Bride of Frankenstein is the star. It's her movie. Unlike in other Frankenstein movies where the bride is usually a pretty small role. Also, Dr. Frankenstein in this one is female. A character named Dr. Cornelia Euphronius, played by Annette Bening. The only other time I remember seeing a female Dr. Frankenstein is in the Italian Lady Frankenstein from 1971. So, as an old-school monster movie and Frankenstein fan, I grew up with the Universal and Hammer Frankensteins. A feminist take on the Frankenstein story doesn't do much for me. I like my horror from the male point of view exclusively. Aesthetically, the movie is very impressive. It's extremely stylish filmmaking. Dr. Euphronius' laboratory looks amazing. And the final shot in the film is quite touching, or calculated depending on how you look at it. However, it's just too sophisticated and literary for the average horror fan. It feels like an art film. The core of the movie is sex. There's an undertone of sex from the very beginning. And in fact, Christian Bale's Frankenstein monster makes it very clear he wants a female to have sex with. I'm too old for that stuff now. It just doesn't appeal to me. Although the sexuality will probably work for a younger audience. The one thing that stood out for me most in this movie was the bride's hairstyle. She's got fabulous hair. Total glam, peroxide blonde, lots of hairspray. She's definitely got an 80s look to her. And that's something this movie has in common with the Sting version. Fashion and hairstyles were important in that movie as well. Here's my bottom line. This film is not a horror movie. It's a parody, a feminist horror comedy. And it's a love story. About 30 minutes in, it turns into Bonnie and Clyde, outlaws on the run. It has a mafia storyline in it. As well, it has several musical dance numbers in it. The monster and the bride even do an elaborate dance routine at one point, which is directly ripped off from Young Frankenstein. And I mean directly. They even use the same song. Plus, Jake Gyllenhaal has a prominent role in it, and I'm not a fan of Jake Gyllenhaal movies. I find this movie to be pretentious and anti-male, and mocking of the Frankenstein tradition. It's a film for women, but I think only children will really love this movie, especially rebellious 15-year-old girls. So that's my Unchained movie review for this week. The Bride, starring Jessie Buckley and Christian Bale. I'm Callum Houston. Thanks for listening, and please check in again for future movie reviews.